2 Ukrainian soldiers capture 8 Russian troops in high-risk dugout assault.
Где дальше позиция?
Ну вот туда одна позиция.
In a remarkable display of tactical precision and battlefield composure, 2 soldiers from Ukraine's 1st Assault Regiment carried out a daring operation that resulted in the capture of 8 Russian troops concealed inside a fortified dugout. The incident underscores the evolving dynamics of modern warfare, where technology, coordination, and individual initiative can decisively shift the balance, even against superior numbers. The unfolded in a forested strip along an active front line, an environment that has increasingly become a focal point for infiltration, reconnaissance, and ambush operations. Dense vegetation and limited visibility often provide ideal conditions for concealment, allowing small units to establish temporary defensive positions such as dugouts. During a routine reconnaissance mission, Ukrainian forces detected unusual activity in the area. Surveillance drones operating overhead identified a group of Russian soldiers who had infiltrated the tree line and taken shelter inside a dugout, likely intending to observe Ukrainian movements or prepare for a localized attack. Rather than risking a prolonged engagement or artillery strike which could reveal their own positions, Ukrainian command opted for a precise, close-quarters assault. A 2-man infantry team was selected for the mission, highlighting both the urgency of the situation and confidence in the soldiers' training. Guided continuously by drone operators providing real-time intelligence, the 2 Ukrainian soldiers advanced carefully through the forest. Every step required calculated movement to avoid detection, as the confined terrain amplified the risks of sudden engagement. After successfully closing the distance to the dugout, the soldiers initiated the attack with a grenade thrown directly into the fortified position. The explosion disrupted the Russian troops inside, but the confined structure also offered them some degree of protection. Moments after the blast, the Russians attempted to return fire from within the dugout, indicating that at least part of the group remained combat capable. Recognizing that hesitation could shift the advantage, the Ukrainian soldiers acted decisively. They deployed a second grenade into the dugout, a move that demonstrated both tactical awareness and psychological pressure. In close-quarters combat, the shock effect of repeated explosions can be as impactful as physical damage, often forcing defenders into disorientation and panic. The second detonation proved to be the turning point. Faced with sustained assault, limited maneuverability, and no clear escape route, the Russian soldiers abandoned resistance. One by one, they emerged from the dugout and surrendered to the 2-man Ukrainian team. In total, 8 Russian troops were taken captive, an outcome that is particularly notable given the numerical disparity. The successful capture rather than elimination of the enemy also provided potential intelligence value, as prisoners of war can offer insights into troop movements, unit composition, and operational intentions. The military analysts note that this incident highlights several crucial aspects of contemporary warfare. First, the integration of drone reconnaissance into frontline tactics allows even small units to operate with a level of situational awareness previously reserved for larger formations. Second, it demonstrates the continued importance of initiative and adaptability at the individual soldier level. Finally, it reflects how psychological pressure, when applied effectively, can compel surrender even in fortified positions. In such conditions, success frequently depends not on overwhelming force, but on timing, coordination, and the ability to exploit fleeting opportunities. While official details regarding casualties or the subsequent handling of the captured soldiers have not been disclosed, the operation stands out as a vivid example of how disciplined execution and technological support can enable small units to achieve disproportionately significant results. As the conflict continues to evolve, incidents like this offer insight into how modern infantry tactics are being reshaped, where two soldiers, guided by drones and driven by precision, can alter the outcome of an encounter against a much larger force. Meanwhile, the drone operators deployed in the Huliaipol sector successfully intercepted and eliminated 2 Russian assault troops attempting a high-speed breakthrough on motorcycles, according to newly released battlefield footage. The video captures the final moments of the operation, showing the 2 riders moving rapidly across open terrain in what appears to be an effort to bypass Ukrainian defensive lines and reach rear positions. The attempt ultimately failed, with both individuals pursued and neutralized by aerial drone units before they could complete their maneuver. The military analysts note that Russian forces have increasingly adopted unconventional assault tactics in recent months, including the use of motorcycles. The strategy is designed to exploit speed and maneuverability, allowing small units to navigate difficult terrain quickly and reduce exposure time under fire. Commanders appear to be relying on the assumption that, in larger groups, at least some personnel may evade detection and penetrate defensive zones. However, the latest incident highlights the limitations of such tactics in the face of widespread drone surveillance. Ukrainian drone operators, maintaining constant aerial oversight, were able to track the movement in real time and respond with precision. The Huliaipol sector has remained an active frontline area, where both sides continue to test new methods of attack and defense. While motorcycles offer agility, their lack of protection leaves riders highly vulnerable once detected, particularly in an environment where drones play an increasingly dominant role in battlefield awareness and targeting. This failed assault underscores the evolving nature of modern warfare, where speed alone is no longer sufficient to guarantee success against technologically integrated defenses.
Граната! Давай, давай, давай! Сюда!